Grand Rising. When a paradigm shift occurs, an absolute reckoning comes for your everyday life. And in this year where we are headed towards the new, every last bit of illusion, anything that's fake, will be left in the dust. And, we've developed programs that we were running in the subconscious, in the background. And, none of what we thought was real. Many of the concepts that we lived with, absolutely, it's been drip, 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 Jen. And now there is a reckoning. A wrecking ball is about to come to your everyday life. You could deny it. You could run from it. And a lot of us have been going through this shift in recent times. This is a convergence of energies. And in this year, which is year one, a year where we're having planetary alignments that we haven't had in over 6,000 years. We have a parade that's coming now. The Planetary Alignment Parade, parade of planets all lined up in the sky. And I want everyone that is tuned into this message like never before. If you're living through this, I want you to focus on the words amplification and synergy. So during the time period that we are having solar flashes, we are having Schumann resonance spikes, the fact that we are in this fire horse year, which will turn all of the previous reality to dust. And when you have a total paradigm shift, you can't unsee things in your life. So this is not my first rodeo on this journey. And over the course of time, I have seen certain things. And now it's you finally received the truth of something. And then you can't go back from that truth. So the paradigm shifts. And then a reckoning comes. And the reason why it's like a wrecking ball that comes into your life is because you've seen the truth of this. You ever hear of the domino effect? So now you're going to say, oh, this, and this is all fake. Or maybe in the world, I know there's people out there, you were called a conspiracy theorist. How you doing? We have a big one today. I appreciate if you hit the like button as we're live delivering the podcast. Maybe more people will come on. People will hear it on the replay. And all of a sudden you say, wait, this was true? I thought this was fake. I thought this was this. You see how like the whole world is like inverted. So you thought certain things were real, but they were actually fake. And then the domino effect happened. Then all of a sudden, this thing over here, this thing, oh, this is a conspiracy thingy. This is a fake thing. Then you realize it's true. And then if one thing is true, this has got to be true, and that's got to be true. And then there's a domino effect, and then the whole world collapses. I know that there's frustration to some people that are hearing this. I get frustrated as well. But if you are frustrated by hearing some of these words I'm saying right now, there is frustration, but in this life, we are actually on a journey to truth. A lot of people would rather have an uncomfortable truth than live in lies. How many people does that resonate with? That's why you're on this podcast. That's why you're listening to this message today. You're on the journey to truth. You'd rather die on your feet than live a life on your knees. How many people does that resonate with? This is your frequency. I'm gonna teach about frequencies, emotions. And the moment that you realize that a lot of the emotions are not just feelings, it goes beyond that. It goes into the quantum. It's part of your spiritual immune system. Spiritual immune system. Click subscribe. You got a lot to learn on this channel. A lot coming out. A lot coming out to the public this year, right? So you could be frustrated. I'm frustrated. We all have frustrations. But in the course of the life, we are in this journey to truth, and we're getting deeper and deeper into the truth. Now, recently, I left a very powerful video with urgency. With urgency, you need to clear certain things because Mercury retrograde in the paradigm of this year. So now you understand? Go back to synergy amplification. So now you have Mercury retrograde. Now we have the planetary parade. Now we're in year 1. Now we're in fire horse. Now we have solar flares like never before. Now we have the Schumann resonance spiking. There's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide. The purification, the Holy Spirit fire gets us to the truth. And some people can't handle the truth. And if you're a person that's really on this journey, you let it marinate, right? You let it marinate for a little bit. It passes, and then you move forward with the truth. And it's really important that you know this, because all of these celestial bodies, everything carries a vibrational signature. And your life, if you're focused onto this is the main idea of the lesson. You could even grab a pen and paper, write it down. Write it down, kid. Amy B writes, the truth always shines. Yeah, we're going to shine bright like a diamond, like the diamond sun, Amy. I love you. What's up, Mark? Okay, so now it's time to recognize. You better recognize, son. Okay, so now you're going to recognize. And when you get to this revelation, when you recognize emotions as frequencies or energy in motion, your life will never be the same again. And you're going to have to apply this in the intensity of the final blasts, because everything will be turned to dust. So there's going to be emotions that are riding high. If the emotions are riding high, you're riding on the fire horse, you could put the horsemen are here now. The horsemen are here now. And the fake world, anything that's fake, anything that's an illusion, it's going to be burnt to a crisp, right? So when you recognize emotions as frequencies, energy and motion, what you thought was just a feeling is actually an electromagnetic transmission. And that transmission that you're broadcasting is creating the outer world that you experience. Do you understand the paradigm shift now? And it's intense. So on this lesson today, you realize that emotions, they're not just, I feel a certain way. These are energies and motions. They are frequencies. And what you thought was just a feeling is actually an electromagnetic signature that you're putting into the quantum. And that transmission that you just put out there is creating the outer world that you experience. Sometimes we have to get a lot of pain, and the pain doesn't stop. And it's an absolute onslaught. And the onslaught might go for years. A lot of us went through this in a post-2020 world, and it just doesn't stop. I got a text from my buddy. Doesn't stop, bro. I know, it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. And we have to get to that place where you're reaching self-respect, the reaching that you're actually creating the reality, and realizing that we cannot have a foundation, anything that is absolutely fake. My ear just started ringing over here on this side here. Live on the air. The ears are ringing. Are your ears ringing right now? That was a different one. I never heard that. I share about ringing in the ears, and especially in these energies right now, you like that could be a total frequency shift. All right. So you might have never had ringing in the ears. All of a sudden your ears start ringing, and then you could hear different tones, pops, and left or right throughout the day. All right. If anyone would like to comment on it, this is your community. You leave it in the comments section about ringing in the ears. Full video on the channel page. Okay. Cosmic Dreams, thank you so much for the super chat. Happy Friday, brother. Love your channel. I'm so grateful for the support. Cosmic Dreams. I love you so much. Thank you for that. Yeah. And now we have to, there's a lot of reassessment that has to come into play. You have to leave the ego at the door. All of us do, because, even years ago, I share about my journey, and when you have less and less ego, right? Ego is not about, self-respect, defending yourself, having self-respect. Ego is saying, you know what? I'm presented new information. Okay, pay attention now. Ego is right. I'm presented new information, and now I can either choose to change my ways, or I'm going to dig deeper into the lie. I'm going to dig deeper into these things that are not even part of it's not even reality. And you're going to have to self-reflect on these things, because the sooner you're able to let go, it's so powerful. Like, we need to be motivated on a daily basis, but sometimes we have to just let go and drop it and throw it out. Throw it out, bro. Sometimes we have to throw it out. Sometimes we have to throw out people, things, and situations, subconscious programs, lifestyle choices. We have to throw it all out. And when we throw it out, when we're capable at anyone, anything, at any time, if you could turn it to dust, then you have your peace. And this is the place that we're at 0 point ascension. So moving forward, we're going to be teaching 0 point ascension. It's 0 point. The void. This is where we are, for a clean slate to get to the truth. Is it easy to find the truth out there nowadays? So you must constantly go inside, which we are going. You're going to go deep inside, and you get to 0 point ascension. Click subscribe if you want to take the 0 point ascension journey. And most people don't like it. None of us like. Listen, there's plenty of things on my journey. I was presented with the truth. And then it's our free will choice to reassess our life, to move forward in the truth, because the only person that this is, and we've been living through, trying to navigate and get out of the matrix, there's a lot of spiritual warfare. I'm a wartime commander. And what we have to focus on, which is the main video on the channel page and the main talking point, and this is the most important thing. And there's going to be, people that don't understand the depths of what we're living through. They're not going to understand it, and that's cool. And they're going to say all this other stuff. But this is an immutable truth, especially during this time period. The only person that you cannot afford to lose is yourself. Because if you lose yourself, the game is over. Period. Smash the like button if you resonate with that. It's the only person you can't afford to lose. And start having fun. So a lot of epiphanies are coming out right now. You might put yourself, and it's difficult. It's difficult to go through these things. I'm very big on gratitude. It also brings up paradoxical things, right? But if you are grateful, I'm grateful for lessons without being absolutely destroyed. On my journey, I have a lot of brothers that and sisters that have had their life absolutely destroyed. And sometimes, as long as we're able to see the truth and not get to the level of devastation, the true spiritual journey, if you want to take the true 0 point ascension journey, then you must understand Kensho versus Satori. Path of the Warrior. Very powerful motivational speech I put on this channel. If you haven't watched it yet, watch it on repeat. Get it through your brain. So Kensho versus Satori is going to teach you that journey. And when you have that gratitude, be grateful that you can have those Satori moments. But we actually learn best through Kensho. Because when you get that deep pain, and a lot of times on our journey, if you are truthfully awake and conscious and taking this journey and living authentic, a lot of it is you should have known better, or I was tricked again, you know? And then there's that fire that comes up on the inside. And that fire that's coming up on the inside is the purification process. And all of these planets, and I get it. Years ago too, I said, some of these things, they do matter. They do matter. One of the videos I shared years ago, the post-full moon effect. And again, the more that you detox and you go through things, you don't really feel that post-full moon effect. So if you say, well, what's a piece of evidence there? What's up, Corinne? I love you. Thanks for coming in. If you have those experiences, right, and say, oh, the moon happened, and then the waters of the body, all there's shifts that are happening. Once you have these experiences, and then you say, okay, there's other forces, but they are moving these energies in motion. Emotions are coming to the surface. Let's go full circle in the lesson today. We are now recognizing the emotions as frequencies, energy, and motion. And what you thought is a feeling is now realized as an electromagnetic transmission, and that transmission is creating your outer world. And that's why God shows you, to show you the king that you are, the queen that you are. You ain't no peasant, son. You ain't groveling on the floor, girl. Get up. This is what we have to be shown. We have to be shown this in a world that is all backwards. Galactic Plays Games. Thank you so much for the super chat. God bless, Michael. God bless you. Galactic Plays Games. I love you. Thanks for being here. Thank you for the support. So all of these conjunctions, all of these alignments, all of the solar flashes, all of the Schumann resonance spikes, it is to get us to absolute zero. A clean slate. Because God does not pour into used up, filthy wineskins. Clean slate. Everyone's writing clean slate. And clean slates is part of my detoxification journey. And when you constantly have this mindset and lifestyle, when these energies do come in, and I do have recently a full video on 0-point ascension symptoms. They ain't going to be cool, bro. They ain't going to be cool. But we have held false, fake, limiting beliefs in our life. You are giving your life force energy away to parasites, maybe. You thought something was truthful. You thought something was love. You thought wrong, kid. Anything and everything in this outer world right now is up for questioning. And questioning everything is your birthright. Do you understand me? Do you understand what's going on? A lot of things, and I've been sharing this recently, and now people are very, very strongly getting this, right? The deep truths that we have to, there's a lot of stuff that's going on in the darkness, right? The darkness, the shadows. Things are hidden from you. This could be personally in your life, or this could be for the collective. And in quantum physics, you say, why is it done in the darkness, Uncle Mike? Why is this thing being hidden from me? Because in quantum physics, you need an observer. You need an observer. And at the moment that you observe it, and that's why even certain things, even if it's not the nicest thing in the world, sometimes things are hidden from you and then it's revealed to you later. It boils to the surface. for a great change. The longer that volcano, it was held up, right? If it just released a little bit, it doesn't explode so much. If it was really held back, it's a bigger eruption. And right now we're getting a big eruption that's coming up. Amy writes, you cannot unsee once you see. You can't unsee it. And this is my journey. This has been my journey. I know there's a lot of people that are tuned in. And you get to absolute zero. And again, it's a paradoxical feeling because you feel lost, but you also gained your whole life back. And then you say, I'm a very motivated man. I joke around with my friend Jim from the gym. What's up, Jim? I said, men like us, we need motivation to not go to the gym and take a day off, right? And some men need to get off the couch and stop eating nachos and cheese, like Tom. Here's Tom sitting on the couch still, right? And, so in our lives, we think that we have to. Actually, I don't have to do anything. It's just such an empowering thing to feel. So this is the hermetic principle of rhythm that's going. Here's the pendulum. It's going back and forth. So you could be very focused. You could be very driven. But there's such an empowerment. That's, I don't even have to do anything. I can watch the whole world burn. I don't have to do nothing. I just got to take care of me. Oh my God. I just have to have fun. It's a tremendous video on this channel page. Yeah. You could just get cool, chill people and don't care about anything. Nothing is sacred. Nothing is important. It's a very potent thing. I know some people are going to get it and some people are going to say, what the heck's this guy talking about? If you want to comment down below about what I just discussed, you want to hit the targets in the chat. I says, I don't have to do anything. Sometimes we care too much. Sometimes we love too much. Sometimes we care and love about people that don't give a crap about you. Do you understand this? So this activation is to activate the divine, that you're worthy, that you're so worthy, that you're so worthy. And then you're sitting there and you're saying, a lot of people are going through this, is something's going to pop. And you say, I must have been a schmuck. I can't believe that I wasted all this time, for people, things, and situations, systems, anything, jobs. They don't even care about you. You better wake up. And that's with all this stuff. So I know there's frustration, but again, it brings you to truth. It brings you to freedom. The true ascension journey is about freedom. Wow. Wow. Tina Marie 5D. Thank you so much for the super chat. I'm so grateful for the support. God bless you and everyone here. God bless you. Lily, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm so grateful. Lily writes, I really needed to hear this today. God bless. God bless you, Lily. Thank you so much for that. That's very meaningful. Free White Dove. Thank you so much for the super chat. We just scored a goal, right? That was just the goal. I'm so grateful for all of that. I love you all. We speak the deep truths here on this channel daily, 9 a.m. Eastern. It's a very powerful so it's an internal shift. It's a paradigm shift. And you're going to absolutely leave people in the dust. And anyone that hears that and they get a little triggered by it, remember, ascension is an inside job. It's something that I've shared on this channel for years. And now the reckoning has arrived. It has arrived. The reckoning has arrived. Okay? And when you go through these very deep changes, there's a deep cleansing that happens, a detoxification of dense energies. Dawn writes, yes, leave them in the dust, 11:11. Maybe we should all write that. Leave them in the dust, 11:11. Because my father, what's up, Dad? We are at the end right now. My father taught me this as a boy. And my father taught me, he said, some people only learn the hard way. This is the year. It's 0 point, is nothing, is dust. There is dust. Sergio, the love doctor. Now, when even the love doctor, I love you, Serge, right? I love the love doctor. And we have love in our lives. And as I stated in yesterday's video, that's getting rave reviews yesterday. If you didn't watch it, check it out. Unconditional love. What's up, love doctor, right? Unconditional love is not unconditional acceptance of poor behavior. Burn it to the ground. Let them feel it. Let everyone feel it. Leave them you got to leave them in the dust. You got to leave everything in the dust. And when you have this transition and you go through this, so it's all lower vibe stuff. Because you have to go to yourself and you go to what I taught on this channel when I teach and I give a lesson and I call it a receipt, and this is never going to change, and there is no debate about this. Yeah, this is the I am, right? The only person that you cannot afford to lose is yourself. Period. The end. Signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. Okay, right? It's a convergence of energies right now, right? Portia Bull, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm so grateful for the support. We're dropping truth bombs today. We've been dropping them. Since the 0 point ascension, we've been dropping truth bombs, right? We're going out into the world. We're having fun now, right? And we give zero, you know what's. 0 of them. When you hit 0 point ascension, you give 0, you know what, right? So, and a lot of things in life, it's another paradox to this matrix, okay? Here it comes. Sometimes we need no charge, like you don't care. Like if there's no charge, so there might be like no charge between you and another person. And then it creates the flow state. Or maybe there's no charge on something like a particular thing of work that you do. You know, I share from a place of authenticity. There's a lot of times I do like, I create a beautiful world famous video. And sometimes I put so much charge into it that it doesn't really go out there. And sometimes I don't even care and it just explodes. So these are the pieces of everyday life evidence that I give to these teachings, and I could share from my life. And I've seen that a lot. Maybe you've seen that if you want to comment about that. When you have no charge to something, I don't even care. And that's why God sometimes needs to eviscerate us, right? It's the cleansing, it's the threshing floor, the crushing, because then you have 0 charge. It doesn't matter. He says, wow, there is only I am. Our biggest video right now on the channel, people resonating, you watch it, it'll pop up on the screen at the end if you haven't watched it yet. It's the consciousness scale. You have no charge. There's nothing. 0. Mikey Latz, health and wellness tip of the day. I'm going to give a wellness tip. I was thinking about it because I gave it him. I do everything on this channel. You could click subscribe. All right. So a lot of us had the ascension symptoms. I did the full video there, right? A lot of this is detoxification. And I had this conversation with someone in the gym. Okay. Cristal. See, we're going to pop the bottle. She's live in the chat. So maybe this message is for you. I love you, Cristal. We're going to be popping bottles. This is our wellness tip of the day, Cristal. It's coming out now before we get into the wellness tip of the day. All right. Tiger Lily, thank you so much for the super chat. 0 FU, you know what's to give. Love you all. Blessed be. Okay, I love that. Okay, Bless Ablaze. Thank you so much for the super chat. 54321. Blast off. The old timeline is dying. Absolutely, I appreciate that. So the Mikey Latz wellness tip of the day. So if you go through this stuff with if you get the stuff that's going on in the nose, and my buddy was talking to me, he said, I don't want to do the Flonase and all this chemical. I says, you got to take, this is what I do. Okay. You take the Q-tip and you dip it in the coconut oil and you shove the coconut oil up your nose. All right. And just let it all heal and come out. All right. So that's the Mikey Latz wellness tip of the day. Coconut oil, Q-tip up the schnozzle. All right. So I know a lot of people are going through this stuff, and these are the detoxification symptoms. Do the steam, Christelle. Do the steam. Get it out. The steam. Sauna. Sauna's going to help, right? The coconut oil up the schnozzle. We're going to write it in the comments. Coconut oil up the schnozzle. And then you're going to be better, right? And again, it doesn't, we have to go through it. But when I share, when you assist it along, we feel it, we go through it, but we're going to go through it a lot faster than other people, because you've got to let go of these are the dense energies, trapped emotions. Back to the beginning of the lesson, recognize emotions as frequencies or energies in motion. Some of them are trapped in your body, limiting beliefs, thinking that this stuff that they taught you on the TV was for your best interest. It's not. Thinking that this person actually loves you, it was just an illusion. It's actually not. And then all these stuff. And then you could just sit there and say, prove me wrong. That's why I can sit here. I could teach forever and ever and ever, because I could sit here and I could say, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong that this is not. Prove me wrong that you actually are loved. Prove me wrong. But there's zero evidence. There's zero evidence. That's the place you have to get to immediately. Immediately, you have to get to that place. Immediately. There are grand illusions in this world, Ronnie, and you can see it in the TV. They could pop up in your everyday life, and it's just an illusion. It's just an illusion. Nothing is zero. 0 point ascension. Get to the place where there's no charge, where you don't care, where you give zero, and that's it. Jill writes, fascia work is important. Absolutely. Absolutely. If you have if you're pleased enough to have blessed enough to have a loved one in your life, have her or him dig into your fascia. Absolutely. Go back and forth. Fascia work, you hold up a lot there. All this stuff it's got to be released. And then you get to that neti pot. Russ writes, neti pot, clear out the schnozzle with the neti pot. Absolutely. I just do all that type of stuff. I don't get no allergy thing or any type of thing. Just coconut oil up the I haven't used the neti pot. I've used neti pots in the past. It's actually uncomfortable, but then once you get used to the neti pot, it's kind of cool. We do it all here on this channel. So the other day, someone wrote in the comments and said, I watch you. You're all over the place, bro. And I said, thank you. I said, we're supposed to be all over the place. So as you can see, as I teach and I reach different communities, we never want to be fit in the box. So it's very difficult what I'm doing here. I'm teaching every single day as I move forward. You never want to be held in a box. I don't want to be associated with only this type of community or this type of thing. And no, you got to be all over the yard. You got to be all over the place. You got to be well-rounded. We want to be well-rounded. Do you understand it now? Okay. So that was actually a great comment. And just, honest questioning. And I said, never allow anyone to keep you in a box. And all I could do is be the lighthouse for other people, the people that tune in and you listen daily. You could, right? Has anyone ever been able to keep me in a box? No. So this is where we have to go. This is where we're headed. We're headed to authenticity, to the truthful expression of who you are. Because then other people want you to express yourself. Then you say, you have to have this job. You have to have this relationship. You have to have this life structure. And none of these things are real. And I've seen it for years. And that's why there's there are only a small elect people that can break. There's a lot of fear to break through. I'm not saying it's easy, but there will be people that they just can't get out of that matrix box. They absolutely can't. And in our lives right now, we are beyond the place of trying to prove anyone, talk anyone out of it. Leave them in the dust, because you'll lose yourself. And then it's your frequency. So this frequency, this is paradigm shift. This is paradigm shift. So if your frequency is sitting around, and a lot of you, you went through this, we gave out accolades, we gave out awards, medals on Facebook the other day. Hit me up on Facebook. We have a tremendous Facebook community there. All right. Because you were trying to wake people up, you were sharing a lot. Not now, all those, you were just spitting facts out. You was talking about things. And now in 2026, they are shown as truth. So, I mean, truthfully, we have to be understanding, but then you get to a place where, how many times is someone shown something, it becomes their free will to be in denial. So, and that happens in any form of life. You keep doing this lifestyle, even though, it said that, maybe the TV wasn't telling you the right lifestyle. Oh, you keep going after the same type of beta male. I get that a lot. A lot of women ask me, why do I keep winding up in the same type of relationship? It's you, sweetheart. It's you. Some guys say, oh, why? I have some buddies that didn't learn from their first failed marriage. They went for number 2 and they had 2 pensions taken away, right? So sometimes in our life, right, we have to learn, okay? And that's what I do on this channel. I just keep it real. And this is the true journey of truth. And sometimes we have to go on the inside, regardless of who you are, man, woman, right? Starting your ascension journey, deep into the journey. We like to go deep here, okay? Janine, wow, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm so grateful for that. Thank you so much. It means a lot. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Janine writes, love sipping the truth bomb tea with you, Kermie. So very grateful. We're going to sip on it. We're going to sip on the truth teas and coffees today. Everyone take a sip. Yeah. We're going to let it marinate today, right? And a lot of, we have to move forward right now. And this way we're flowing. You have to be flowing, because if not now, then when? You're gonna wait another year? I'm gonna wait another year. I'm gonna wait another year to change my ways. Oh, I'll wait, No. And on the inside. Well, how do you know? Did you get your clairs up? Get your clairs up. Your gut will tell you. Got to get in the flow state right now. So when we break free, it's always about mutual love, Mark. Absolutely. It's never a one-way street. And that's why in the world, it is very things that, you as a soul coming in. And they're very rare in this dying world. The world is actually already ended, but the world's coming to an end, bro. Oh, no. Oh, my God. NPCs. No, the world's coming to an end. Well, I don't like this guy. You don't understand, kid. The world, you can write it in the comments. The world is coming to an end. You better subscribe to this channel. What did I teach you today? What you thought was just a feeling is actually an electromagnetic transmission. And that transmission is creating the world that you experience. It's not even real, bro. And again, I know some people can't handle that. Ooh, look, 369, right on cue. We got the Tesla numbers rolling right now. Okay. So I get it. And years ago, prior to me reaching this level, prior to my ascension, prior to me reaching this level, I would say, well, what's this guy talking about? The world is not real. Oh, watch, look for glitches. Again, it's going to crack something open. It's not easy. I go through it plenty of times. You got to see the magnitude of how, but then it's empowering at the same time. You ever see a Mandela effect that you can't unsee? Or sometimes you realize it in your own home, like a personal Mandela effect. Like that's you. That's just one-on-one. Mr. Rogers, beautiful day in the neighborhood. He never sang beautiful day in the neighborhood. What? He says beautiful day in this neighborhood. What? No. Once you see, you could never unsee. You never unsee it. So that's then what happens when it comes to your personal door? When it comes to your personal door, do you understand? The reality is collapsing. Ain't easy. It ain't easy. It ain't easy being green. That's what Kermit actually sang. It ain't easy. It ain't easy doing ascension. It ain't easy. No way, Jose. The Matrix is cooked, absolutely. The solar flash is cooking it. And so there are concepts that we want to really hold on to because it is intense. Understanding that absolute 0 point clean slate is actually very powerful. It's a powerful place to be. So what that means is, like, I got my whole lesson plan on the paper, and if I want to paint a beautiful, I can't. So now you have a beautiful, clean slate. Now I can paint whatever I want, whatever reality I want, anyone I want, anything I want. Oh, warriors, it's time to come out and play now. Yeah? Now you start painting a beautiful picture. You are the painter of the picture. Nobody else. No. And it's going to be in alignment with what you actually want to paint. Years ago in high school, at the end, I took an art class, and we all got one thing: we could paint whatever we want, draw whatever we want. I'll show it to you one day. Maybe we'll keep that as when we reach 1 million subscribers, I will show that picture 100%. I'm very proud of that picture. And when you see that picture, you'll have every answer if you've took this journey. I painted it in high school. Took an art class. This journey of ascension is balancing the divine masculine and feminine. In science, it's called neuroplasticity, and it is the embodiment of balancing the brain. So I'm very scientific, and I'm also art. I'm creative, right? So it all it has to have balance. You can't be Captain Literal, man, and survive what's coming. It's just the truth. You can't be Captain Literal, man, and survive what is coming. You have to balance divine, masculine, feminine. You have to achieve hemisync. You got to do these things. You got to embody it. And you got to let go. Take care, Mark. I'm going to be getting off soon too. But no charge is important. You start magnetically attract. In about 3.5 seconds, I started magnetically attracting people, things, situations. Just right. Anyone that wants to comment is sometimes we put this charge up. Sometimes we're actually this stuff is not good for us. But all of these things we're learning. We're learning how deep this rabbit hole goes. We're learning a little bit more about the reality. You start to feel the walls. You know, and it's actually empowering because you know that there's more. You know that there's more. 0 point. Get to no charge. And all of a sudden, the outer world, once you reach this place, it's always frequency. It's always you. So starting today, if you ever got triggered by me saying it's always you, so moving forward today, you're going to understand that's your power. That's your power. I said, wow, it's always me. Don't get triggered. It's always me. Write it in. It's always me. You see how it's different? This guy said it's always me. It's always me. It's always me. I could do it. I could create it. It's empowerment. Write the word empowerment. You got to get it. You got to get it through your brain. You got to fix it. You fix yourself up now. Get up. You got to fix yourself. Fix it. We went on Desperado's plunge, Lacey. Yeah. I gave the whole lesson on how God works. Check it out on the channel page. It's not a punishment. It's just a ride. And we're going on a ride, kid. And this ride has no finish line. It just keeps going. It keeps going. That's why the main idea is not losing yourself, because then there'll be more. Just sit here and say, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong it's real. Prove me wrong that you're love. Prove me wrong that it's... And if nothing, it can't be. The truth doesn't have to be propped up. You know what has to be propped up? With all the words, right? It's not real. It's always you. That's great. Get empowered today. It's always me. 0 point. I got nothing. There's nothing here. It's powerful. It's powerful stuff. It's powerful stuff. And we're going to be reset right now. We're going to be reset very strongly. And you know, if there's frustration, we say, you know what? It must be. It must be. So, you know, it's a season of amplification. You know, focus on, you know, your detoxification, going ahead of time. That very urgently powerful video on Mercury. This Mercury retrograde, understand amplification and synergy. So you might be on this message today, and you know about Mercury retrograde already. It's a different animal this year. And, you know, I've done, and I'm at a place now, if even more, if it wants to rear its head worse, it's like, I don't even care at this point. So this way, it's no charge. Listen to the teaching today. It's no charge, because the stuff from the past is going to come up. If anything wants to prove itself as love, if anything wants to prove itself as truth, that's cool. But anything else, you have no charge. You have no care. No charge, no care. So powerful, powerful. They can't prove you wrong, Joe. They can't do it. Prove me wrong. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to say, oh, this is oh yeah, it's really love. Oh, it's really no. 0 charge, 0 care. And if it gets worse, or if it makes it angrier, or more fake, or trying to hurt you, or anything, 0. There's 0 charge. There's 0. And all of a sudden, oh my God. Look at all this new stuff that's coming. Oh my God, look at the new stuff that's coming. Just chill, bro. Just have fun, because the reckoning has arrived. And so have I. And so it is. I love you guys very much. Comment down below. This is a paradigm shift. It's going to be very powerful for many people. Look at this year. I have the full video on the fire horse here on the channel page. I believe I shared it even last night in a community post. All right. Really, really move forward. This is not, take it as empowerment. It's always you. It's always you. It's so it's empowering. Don't get triggered by it. Say, it's always me. It's always me. I do it. It's rough though, but it's a paradigm shift. And that's what we need right now. I love you guys very much. Keep going, kid.